Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I invite you to please seek out your tables and make yourselves comfortable. Now that we're experiencing a true Southwest Georgia spring, I also extend to you a very warm welcome to this evening's Georgia Southwestern State University Outstanding Alumni Awards Dinner. Events like this have been far and few between this past year, so I express my sincerest gratitude to all of those involved who have worked tirelessly to ensure that we could enjoy this evening safely. So I am beyond delighted to be here with you as we come together to celebrate our honored alumni. The mission of Georgia Southwestern State University Alumni Association is to unite and encourage alumni loyalty, support, and involvement in the university. The recipients of tonight's awards are former GSW students and consequently graduates who more than exemplify this mission. What great models are they for today's GSW students to emulate? Students such as those who are eligible for and receive the Alumni Legacy Scholarship. Each year, the GSW Alumni Association awards scholarships to incoming and current students who have family members who are GSW alumni. Last year alone, the association awarded $16,000 in scholarships, and we are thrilled to have 3 of the recipients here with us tonight. Many of you may have already met them as you arrived, but we would like to ask the following to please stand and be recognized at this time. Edith Lynn Youngblood, Anna Tripp, and Gray Torbert. Thank you for being here with us tonight. You may be seated. At this time, I now invite Gray Torbert to the podium to provide our invocation.
Let us pray. Dear Lord, thank you for this day and for allowing us to gather on this special occasion. Thank you for the Georgia Southwestern State University and Alumni Association. Thank you for each of these special alumni that are being recognized here tonight. Thank you also for Dr. Weaver and all the faculty and staff for their leadership. Continue to bless those in attendance for all the blessings that they have shown towards others. Bless those that have prepared this meal and bless this food for the nourishment of our bodies and our bodies to thy service. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Well, good evening again, and hope everybody is enjoying their dinner. I will say it, even though I'm sure I don't have to. Please continue to eat your dinner, and we'll just talk while you eat. My name is Neil Weaver. I'm the president here at Georgia Southwestern, and it is always a great evening when we get the chance to recognize some of our outstanding alumni for their accomplishments and for the honor that they bring to this university. Before I get too far into this, there are a few people here that I would like to recognize tonight. I want to start by thanking Angela Smith, our director of our Alumni Services area. Angela, thank you for putting this together. Well done. We appreciate your service to the alumni. Angela's been doing a great job in this role, and we're certainly excited to get COVID past us and we can start doing more alumni things. I think we've got a nice baseball game coming up at the Braves ballpark, and we're looking forward to that later this summer. I also want to make sure you meet some of our leadership team here at the university. I'd like to introduce you to our Executive Vice President, Dr. Laura Boren, our Vice President and Provost, Dr. Suzanne Smith, the Executive Director of the GSW Foundation, Mr. Stephen Snyder, our Chief Information Officer, Mr. Royce Hackett, our Athletic Director, Mike Leader, and the Dean of our College of Business and Computing, Miss Dr. Gaynor Chokas. And I should say that that is a new title for Dr. Chokas. She took over from Liz Wilson last year, and we're super excited to have Dr. Chokas leading our College of Business and Computing. I also want to welcome and thank our State Representative, Mike Chokas, here with us tonight. Mike was telling me earlier today that they're having a major problem at the state capitol. They have far too much money, and they are trying to find places to send it, and I offered to be the recipient as much as he wanted to send to us. Mike does a great job for our university and for the state, so we appreciate it. He's spending some time with us tonight. I want to thank Kathleen Tucker for her service to the Alumni Association as the president, and I'd like to, if there are other members of our Alumni Association Board of Directors, if you would also stand and be recognized. We appreciate your service. We're going to have a chance to introduce you to some of our new honorees tonight, but there are a few here with us tonight who have previously been honored, and so I want to make sure we recognize Alan Space Fort, and Mr. Jeff Benton here with us tonight, former outstanding alumni honorees. We thank you very much for joining us. You know, there are a lot of great things happening at Georgia Southwestern. We are very excited about what's happening at the university, but it's important for you to know that the things that are happening at this university are a result of you. When you do great things, when you are recognized, when you are successful, it reflects on GSW. And people know that this university generated a great graduate who's making a difference in the community, making a difference in their profession, and that brings great honor to the university. And that's why the state legislature invests in Georgia Southwestern, because they know the quality of the institution based on your performance, based on the things that you do. We have the best nursing program in the state of Georgia because we have great graduates from our nursing program who do incredible work every single day. We have new facilities here at Georgia Southwestern because our alumni are giving back and investing in the university. Our enrollment is growing at the university because parents and students know you, and they know if they choose this institution, they could be like you. And that is a powerful message that you send, and that is why it's always exciting for us to recognize and honor our alumni, because your accomplishments bring the spotlight to the university. And so we appreciate very much what you do and how you do it. And we're glad that you're going to spend a few minutes with us. You know, tonight we've asked all of our speakers to talk very fast and get us out of here by 8:45. Our men's basketball team is playing in the NCAA regional tournament, and their game starts at right about 8:45. So we're going to have a great night here. I hate to make us all about athletics, but our baseball team won 3 games in the series this weekend. I think they've won 6 of 7. Having a pretty good year. Well, before I sit down, I just wanted to congratulate each of our honorees tonight. You all are a special, special group of people who deserve this recognition, and as I said, you have brought great honor to your university, and we are so proud of your relationship with us, and we're excited that we're able to recognize you today. All of these folks are a lot of fun, and they're great people. You know, but there's always something unique that we learn tonight. We know you, but sometimes the stories we hear tonight, we learn something different. We learn something more. And it's always fun to hear these stories and to hear a little bit about you and your time here at the university. And, you know, I'm relatively new here. And one of the folks tonight, Randy, I got to play golf with Randy Roderick a couple years ago. And I understood he was a pretty serious golfer. And I didn't quite understand how serious until he was telling me a story while we were playing. He said, you know, Neil, there was a time in my life when I got stranded on a deserted island. I said, Randy, I had no idea. He said, yeah, it was a couple years. It was really, really rough. He said, but there was a time, right towards the end, I was on the beach, and out of the water came this really spectacular woman wearing a wetsuit and snorkeling. She was incredible to see another person. And she came right up to me and she said, Randy, how long have you been here? He said, a couple years. She said, well, when was the last time that you had a smoke? Oh man, he said, it's been a long time. She said, so she unzipped a little pocket on her wetsuit, and she pulled out a pack of cigarettes and she gave it to me. He was like, this is great. She said, Randy, how long has it been since you had a drink of whiskey? He said, oh man, even before I got stranded here, it's been a long time. So she unzipped the pocket on her leg and she pulled out a flask, and he said, this is unbelievable. And she said, Randy, how long has it been since you played around? And she started to unzip her. And he said, look, don't tell me you got a set of clubs in there. I knew Randy was serious about this golf deal. So we're going to hear some great stories tonight. And we're looking forward to all of them. And again, we congratulate all of you for what you do and for the honor that you bring to the university. Congratulations.
Good evening. My name is Mike Leader. I'm the Director of Athletics here at Georgia Southwestern State University, and I echo a lot of Dr. Weaver's comments about the success in athletics, the NCAA tournament, the baseball team. He didn't mention we had a guy pitching no-hitter this weekend, and with all that good stuff going on, I guess Monday I'll go in there and ask for a raise. So since he was so complimentary, I hope everybody can hear me back there. Rick played for me for 4 years. People normally don't need a microphone to hear me talk, so I hope I'm not too loud in the background. But I do appreciate everybody coming out tonight and being a part of this special evening, and athletics just being a small part of that. We're here to induct the newest member of the GSW Athletics Hall of Fame. And when you sit on a committee and you sort through the nominees, they will typically fall into one of three categories for an Athletics Hall of Fame. They'll be honored for their abilities as players, as coaches, or as contributors. They'll typically fall into one of those three categories. It makes it real easy on the committee when your nominee checks all three boxes. And we're fortunate to have such a nominee tonight. Back in the fall of 1982, Carrie Lou Davidson signed a scholarship to come and pitch for the GSW softball team. And that began a 5-decade affiliation that continues today to Georgia Southwestern and the Americas community. As a player, Lou was a 4-year starter. She was the most valuable player of the Georgia Intercollegiate Athletic Conference. She was an all-district nominee, and she was a team captain. Upon graduating in 1987, as she enrolled in graduate school, she took on the role as interim head coach. And like most that get into coaching at an early age, she quickly pulled the plug and figured out, I better get into administration. This isn't what I want to do long term. Lou got her master's in education from GSW and began a long and distinguished career in Americus and the public school system here, and then up at Sly County. But as a contributor to not just GSW, but the Americas community, she served in a variety of capacities. She continues to sit on the Americas City Council. She has been instrumental in the facilities you see and the success we have in athletics through her dedication to helping us fundraise through our Canes 360 initiative. She is the chair of the GSW Foundation. And if you ever want to know what folks think about your university, you'll know by the amount of cranes that are on campus. You look at the buildings that we're building, people believe in what we're doing or they wouldn't be building buildings. And Lou has been instrumental in that. So her 5-decade career will continue here at Georgia Southwestern. I'm proud to call her a friend of mine. And in the 1992 movie, A League of Their Own, Academy Award winning actor Tom Hanks said, "There is no crying in baseball." Tonight, when Lou gets up to speak, we're going to find out if there's crying in softball. So please join me in welcoming the newest addition to the GSW Athletics Hall of Fame, Miss Lou Chase.
Thank you, Mike. When Mike called and told me that I had been selected for this award, I was actually speechless. And those of you that know me, that hasn't happened very often in my lifetime to be speechless. It always seems like I have plenty to say. But me being here tonight would not have been possible without the help of so many. I'm truly blessed to have some of those special people with me here tonight to help celebrate. So Doc, you're gonna have to bear with me now, okay? I'm gonna talk real fast, but I've gotta get it in, okay? First of all, my mother's here, Alice, my sister Donna, and brother-in-law Bert, my niece Sarah and her husband Andrew, my brother John and his wife Stephanie, and their daughter Bella. I would like to thank them all for their support that they have given me and continue to give me every single day. Also, there's one other person who's not here tonight physically, but I know he is here spiritually, and that is Tony. God rest his soul. Now, the whole reason for me coming to Georgia Southwestern, I didn't have a clue what I was going to do or where I was going to go after I graduated from high school. But I get a letter in the mail, and it was from Cindy Poudrier, the head coach who was here tonight. And she was asking for me to come try out for the team, okay? And I'm sorry, Mike, there was no scholarships back then, okay? Sorry, okay? So anyhow, she said, Lou, I can't offer you any scholarship money because there's none, but we'd love for you to come try out and be a part of the team. Well, I did, and I made it, and so thank you, Cindy, for giving me and affording me that opportunity to come to Georgia Southwestern and play softball. Thank you very much. Next is good old Diane. Where's Diane? Diane Cagle. Diane was the assistant coach for several years and taught us a lot of things, and to this day, she still remains a very close and special dear friend. So thank you, Diane. I have Michaela and Barbara. They're here tonight. They were our first two running buddies, and I don't really mean running, but we tried to stay out of trouble, but there was some trouble that we got into. But we all had some very fun and exciting times. We were very excited when we won, of course very disappointed when we were defeated. But Barbara and Michaela were both very skilled athletes, and I enjoyed playing ball with them for as long as we were together. Then along comes Deanne. Where's Deanne? Okay, here comes Deanne. Deanne and I played high school ball together for a couple of years, and then I graduated, and Deanne came here to Southwestern. Now, Coach, Deanne was the first scholarship recipient. She had her book today as we were talking over memory. She still has her letter of where it was all signed, Dr. Clark's name on it. So Deanne was the first scholarship recipient, and she earned every penny that she was given. Also, Deanne was also inducted into the Hall of Fame back when this program was a little bit different, back in 1999. And I had the privilege of that night of being a part of Deanne's induction. So Deanne, it was a great time that night, and it was great being able to play ball with you. As I mentioned earlier, there was no athletic scholarship money. But you know what? That didn't matter. I walked away from this university with so much more. I received a wonderful education that provided for me a successful career in public education. To this day, I'm very grateful to be able to give back to this university and to the community of Americas. In closing, I would like to congratulate the other award winners tonight. What an honor to share this night with you. And I cannot leave the stage without Susan Welch. She'll share her story, I'm sure, later, but she taught me 7th grade Georgia history. Okay, and I think she's still teaching today. So, but I know there are other people in this room that she taught Georgia history. Raise your hand if you taught. These are her former students that, she taught you Georgia history. So, but anyhow, I just wanted to recognize that. That was a lot of fun. But anyhow, tonight, thank you so much. It's an honor to be here. It's a privilege to be here. And all those of you that have heard me speak before, I'll even open up my speech or I'll either close as I quote Mr. Mike Leader. It is a great day to be a Georgia Southwestern Hurricane. So thank you very much, and God bless.
Good evening. I'm Angela Smith. I've had the honor to meet most of you this evening. But today we're here to honor our esteemed alum. Congratulations, Lou. The Lewin J. Finkley Award is named in honor of the university's first alumni director and recognizes individuals who have demonstrated exceptional service to campus life, the Alumni Association, or the university. And just like Mike Leader said, tonight we honor someone who has aced all three of those traits. He's a humble leader, known for his quiet spirit, but for a love of Georgia Southwestern that he shouts from the rooftops. His leadership skills were honed at Northside High School and continued to develop exponentially once on the campus as a student, where he served as president of the Resident Housing Association, peer educator, in multiple roles with the Campus Activities Board, as a member of the Student African American Brotherhood, and as a campus recreation coach for the Health Physical Education and Recreation Club. Additionally, he was a member of Gamma Beta Mu, representing the top 1% of leaders at GSW. A native of the Warner Robins area, he used his network and influence to promote the university to the Middle Georgia region. He puts GSW first and in his own subtle way keeps, and I quote, the spirit of GSW in the forefront of all he does. He continues to work tirelessly to engage GSW alumni through the relationships he established while as a student and those he continues to develop as an engaged alumnus. He is an active member of the Georgia Southwestern State University Alumni Association, having served for 20 years on that board and in numerous capacities, including current chair of the Scholarship Committee, which you heard earlier has awarded $16,000 in scholarships just this past academic year. His support of the university, academics, and athletics has made him a well-rounded member of the Alumni Association Board of Directors, a fan of the student experience, which is so important, and a proponent in the development of future leaders on which GSW prides itself. It is my honor to present this year's Lewin J. Finkley Award to Mr. Lamar Raffert, better known to all of us as Johnny Kilroy.
Thank you, Angela, for a nice introduction. Thank you all for coming out tonight. My name is Lamar Raffert, but most of y'all and the nation and all my fans know me as Johnny Kilroy. As a 17-year-old kid from Northside High School, living in Warner Robins, Georgia, I never heard of Georgia Southwestern College at the time. So when I first appeared on campus, very small buildings, I saw a lot of people, grown-ups. I saw a lot of grown-ups. And I was terrified because I was, 17. I see like 19, 20, 21-year-olds just walking past me, just like huge, humongous people just walking everywhere. So when I got on campus, I met Dr. Tyrone Bledsoe and Mr. Wilson. And they told me if I need anything, just ask me. I said, okay, fine. So I got to classes. I think I was taking like 2 or 3 classes a day, which it was different from Northside High School. In high school you take 6 classes. Here you take 2 or 3 classes, so that was kind of different. Then when I went to class, I see a lot of people coming in and out, drinking, eating in the classroom. And I was shocked. I said, you can't eat in the classroom, you can't eat, you can't drink in the classroom. You get in trouble. And I kept looking at the teacher saying, but I was young, so I didn't know anything about that. So I learned from older people. They said, no, you can eat, drink, whatever you want to, leave it whenever you want to, and stuff like that. So I said, wow, a whole different environment. So I was going to class every day, going back to my room, going to class, come back to my room every day. And then I just got, one night, I walked in front of San Lawn, and then started crying because I said, I'm supposed to be doing something different. I'm supposed to be doing something I just didn't know what I was supposed to be doing. So the next day, I went to talk to Tyrone Bledsoe. He said, just come to my office. He said, what's wrong with you? I said, I'm just on campus, not doing anything. I'm just going to my room, going to class, going to my room. So he gave me a brochure, a yellow brochure, had a list of all the activities that we had here on campus. And he said, just, pick something that you might be interested in. He said, since you stay in resident halls, why don't you try, resident hall association? And, just go from there and just, pick and choose which one you like. So that's what I did. I went back to my room, checked out, some of the organizations that, that interested me. So I got involved in a lot of stuff, and I really did like RHA. I did like Campus Activity Board the most. So Edward Sampson, he took me under his wing for Campus Activity Board, and I learned from him a whole lot, what to do. And then the next year, I became the weekend chairperson for Campus Activity Board. But they told me there was a suitcase school, which I didn't understand what a suitcase school means. They said, no, they said a lot of people go home on the weekends, so you gotta try to find something that, people can stay here on campus. So, so what I did, I walked around, I talked to a few people, what would make you stay here on campus? And from then on, I just took off. They said they want to go out of town. I said, okay, you want to go out of town? Well, let's go out of town. So we, went to the mall. So we didn't have a mall here except for Walmart, which everybody called a mall. So we went to a bigger mall. We went, different cities. They said we want to go to a basketball game. So we went to some away games. Back then, Roderick was Life College, Life University. So we took a trip down there also. During spring break, they said they want to go to a beach. I took them to Panama City Beach. Then we also had, midnight breakfast, where we served, regular breakfast. So I was on the Down Hall Club also, and they asked, do y'all still want to continue with the breakfast? I said, how about, steak and shrimp? I was just joking. He said, sure, we can have that. I said, for real? He said, yeah. I said, wow, okay, cool. So he said, we can either have, steak or shrimp or breakfast. So we had tickets for, all the students. And, the whole entire campus came. I was shocked. I was really shocked. Then when springtime came around, everybody got roommates. So, okay, so let's play a game. How well do you know your mate? You live with them the whole semester. How well do you know them? So I created a game, how well do you know your roommate, in the student center. And it was huge. It was huge, a huge pack. I was impressed. I was very, very impressed. Now, a lot of people want to know that how the name Johnny Kilroy came about. It came from two college students, alumni here, Mario Mitchell and Reginald Walton. Now, everybody back then knew I was a Michael Jordan fan. I had the shoes, the shirt, the hat, the posters, anything you can think of Michael Jordan, I had it. So when Michael Jordan retired the first time, he came out with a commercial of Who is Johnny Kilroy? And he disguised himself as Johnny Kilroy with a jersey, a Kilroy on the back of it. It was on the back of a Sports Illustrated book. So I was in the game room one day, and Mario came in with a magazine. He said, this you right here, your name is Johnny Kilroy. From now on out, your name is Johnny Kilroy. You're not Michael Jordan no more, you Johnny Kilroy. And that name stuck ever since. So fast forward, so people asked me what my name was. I said Kilroy, Johnny Kilroy. They like to say Bun, James Bun. So I had to have a little flavor to it. So the next semester, when I went to the classrooms, how the teacher called the rolls. They said Lamar Raffert. I never looked up. I acted like I was looking at my paper, my syllabus, something like that. They said Lamar Raffert. Never did anything, just kept looking. So after the classroom, when the class was over with, I went to the teacher and said, did you call my name? He said, what's your name? And I pointed, I said, oh, that one right here, Radford. I said, I go by Kilroy. He said, okay. So he stretched out Lamar and put Kilroy. I did that for every class. Now, the next one, I hope I don't get in trouble for this. Well, I'm graduated now, so. So I took a pack of paper, and the magazine had Johnny Kilroy, the Sports Illustrated had Johnny Kilroy. I noticed the campus safety opened the doors at 6 o'clock in the morning every morning. So I snuck into the administration building and made 200 copies of Who is Johnny Kilroy. And I posted every single classroom that was open and people's vehicles. I did it on a Friday. I know I ain't had class on Friday, so I went home on the weekend so everything, calmed down a little bit. So from now on, when I came back that Monday, Tuesday, everybody knew who I was. So, that's how Johnny Kilroy came about. So, now when I was on campus activity board, like for different games in the organization, I would put Johnny Kilroy and CAB Presents. I never put Campus Activity Board Presents. I would put my name in the forefront so everybody knew who I was. And that's how I became kind of famous, and it's like a celebrity status here on campus. So, I like to thank a lot of people that helped me in the forefront. To begin with, I like Miss Sheila Jones. She work at Rome, Georgia. She used to be, she also alumni here, and she's worked here. She's worked for Campus Activity Board, and she gave me the forefront. She gave me the green light to do what I want to do for the school. It was two other people, Andre Bryant and Rodney Manson, or Andre Brantley and Rodney Manson. Them two kept me humble, because if it weren't for them, I don't know where I'd be at to this day. They were older people, and they taught me a lot of wisdoms here. And they did a lot of teachings, and I was kind of glad when I stayed in a dorm. I didn't stay in the all freshman dorm. I stayed in the sophomore, junior, senior. Just got to learn from them. I learned a lot from them. And Dr. Eric Holland. Now, he taught me a whole lot. I went through trials and tribulations, everything. And I went and talked to him a whole lot. And he encouraged me a whole lot throughout my whole years at Southwestern. And I praise him for that. And last but not least, I'd like to thank people who came out here to see me. First of all, I'd like to thank Ms. Sharika Brooks. She came all the way from Florida just to see me cry. And also my sister, Miss Lynn Clayton. She's gonna talk about me all day long. She's gonna give it to me. But how I got, to this point of giving back to Southwestern. I love Southwestern. I love Southwestern to death. I did not want to leave Southwestern. When I went and talked to Sandra Johnson in the financial aid office, I asked her, did I have any more financial aid left? She said no. I said, for real? She said no. I said, can you check again? She said, no, Kilroy, you don't have anything left. So I knew then it was time for me to go. But I tried to stay as long as I could, because I love the things that I do. But all that came from my mother, Miss Journey McClendon. She had the will and the power. Growing up as a single parent, working 2-3 jobs, trying to provide for our kids, anything we wanted, she gave for us, She made sure we had food on the table. She made sure we had something for Christmas every year. There were times that we had cabbage and cornbread every single day. But still, she provided for us, and she never shown no weakness, no sign of weakness. And one thing she always told me, she said, better give to receive. And I took that a long ways, and that's why I do the things I do, because I love to give people back. And like she said, she likes to see people smile, and that's all I do. You can look on my social media page, everything I do, I make people smile, everything. back from middle school all the way up to now, I do a lot of things for a lot of students. Like students I don't even know, do like the scholarship, the scholarship, the legacy scholarship, a lot. I'm very, very proud of what I do. I love to see people smile. And on that note, thank y'all for coming out, and God bless.
You can have my award, but not my folder. I would be lost. Congratulations, Kilroy. The Aeolian Award is given to a GSW alumna or alumnus who has distinguished himself or herself in his or her profession, as well as in the community. Go ahead. This Aeolian Award's got her own fan club right here. It's my pleasure to present this year's Aeolian Award to a woman who has spent a lifetime in a career that has been much more than what one might see at first glance. She has been a staple of Southland Academy for 46 years, bringing history alive to thousands of students who have entered her classroom, and has spent countless hours coaching and mentoring her beloved cheerleaders. Y'all gonna stand and cheer? Her beloved cheerleaders, whether on the sidelines of a Raider football game, courtside at a basketball game, in competition, or on campus when a listening ear or shoulder to cry on was needed. Her impact extends outside the walls of her classroom and the campus of Southland as she committed her time and talents to numerous organizations as a member and volunteer. The Andersonville Guild, the National Council for History Education, the America's Junior Service League, just to name a few. But history education has been her passion, even co-authoring a book on how it should be taught. Her students, though, remain the heart of what she does and why, and she treats them like her own. Speaking of which, her greatest joy can be found seated with her this evening. Her children, Reggie, and I did talk to Lindsay earlier. Lindsay is recovering at home from emergency surgery, so we hate that she can't be here with you this evening. But so glad that your son-in-love, Dan, little Dan, is here, and little James is back home. She claims her 41-year marriage to Marshall Welch. I'll try to get this. It's her greatest accomplishment. And though he is no longer with us, I'm sure Big Marsh is watching on from above this evening and would nod and say, "I'm so proud of her, but she's not going to need that microphone." Please join me now in congratulating this year's Aeolian Award recipient, Miss Susan Parker Welch.
It's not often that I'm overwhelmed and overjoyed and blessed. To be amongst such important people. Thank you to my family, my cheerleaders, my students, my former students, my lifetime friends, and Georgia Southwestern College. My progression of life Isn't that a nice way of putting it? My progression of life began at Southwestern, being a huge part of that 5 years before I was ever born. My mother, Jacqueline Jordan Parker, graduated from Georgia Southwestern in 1946. She would be so proud to be here tonight. Not because of me, but because of Georgia Southwestern College. She idolized it. I guess if you could sum up my life probably in 3 words, it would have to be fun, kids, and history. I fell in love with history, or my history teacher, in high school. And when I stepped onto this campus in the fall of 1968, at age 17, that's a good year, the president of the college was Dr. William B. King. He befriended me and guided me through my college career. Dr. Jimmy Bagwell and Dr. Steve Gurr shared their love of history to me, and it has lasted more than a lifetime. It was also on Georgia Southwestern's campus that I first learned that I didn't have a loud mouth. I had great projection. And once again, my next connection to Georgia Southwestern was having a blind date and marrying the love of my life in 1975, and he had a Georgia Southwestern connection. You see, he graduated from Georgia Southwestern College's School of Nursing in 1972 as one of the first male nurses on campus. Very proud of that. And he, of course, supervised the emergency room here in Americas for 40 years. I've had almost 50 years of fun, whether it be Georgia history, world history, U.S. history, but also coaching cheerleaders. I have 2 children, Reggie and Lindsay, both attended Georgia Southwestern. Lindsay came home from the University of Georgia after 3 years and decided she would change her major from Portuguese to business, thanks to Dr. Cootie, who was here for many years, and graduated from Georgia Southwestern in 2003, I think. When I walked in tonight, I realized I'm a part-time professor at Georgia Southwestern in the dual enrollment program with U.S. history through Southland. And on this very floor, last Saturday, about the same time, sitting right there, our girls' basketball team won the state GISA state championship. So as you can see, my life history, Georgia Southwestern College has been a constant connection. Still is. Cannot thank Georgia Southwestern enough for honoring me tonight. But I want to end with, I want all of you to have fun, no matter what you do. Time flies when you're having fun. Learn something new every day. Kids are our future. Go Canes! Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Stephen Snyder. My first question is, can you hear me? Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Our next Alumni Award recipient is Ryan Garnto, the Young Alumni of the Year. A 2013 GSW graduate, Ryan took his degree in business and immediately put it to work with New York Life. A member of the $1 Million Roundtable, an industry standard for approximately 5% of top professionals worldwide with New York Life. He's won numerous awards with the insurance company. His nominator says he is more than just company-minded. Garnto regularly serves his community through his work with the Artesian City Sertoma Club, as a deacon of Covenant Presbyterian Church in Albany, as an active member of Rotary, and as an alumni advisor for Kappa Sigma, the fraternity he led as president while an undergraduate at GSW. He serves as a member of the Kappa Sigma Alumni Board, and if you noticed earlier, he stood up when we asked who the Alumni Association board members were in the room. Ryan's a new member and has already taken an active role in leadership. Come summertime, you may see him in this very arena, leading an annual basketball camp, which brings 900 kids to the GSW campus over several weeks. He helped create the venture known as the Round Ball Roundup with his late father, Mickey, who was a Georgia Independent Schools Hall of Famer. Originally from Kite, Garnto now resides a few minutes south of here in Leesburg with his wife Merritt and their young son Andrew, who I believe will have a baby brother this summer, right? The Young Alumni of the Year Award is given to an emerging leader making waves in his or her field as a positive role model and positive reflection on the university, and Ryan has done that. The recipient must have attended GSW within the past 15 years. So please congratulate Ryan Garnto as the GSW Young Alumni of the Year. Ryan?
I will try and keep to Dr. Weaver's of getting us in and out tonight. I was getting dressed tonight and it was very weird. I put a tie on for the first time in a little over a year. I don't know if that's a common theme among some people. I want to thank my beautiful wife up here. She does a lot for me in my life. We've been together married 5.5 years, together for about 11, so she's had to put up with a lot. I'd like to thank all my close friends and families who came tonight. It means a lot to me. Thank y'all for coming. I told them on the way here tonight that if I'd known we were speaking or having to give a speech, they would not have been invited. So, Georgia Southwestern means a tremendous amount to me. It kind of developed where I am in my career today through the connections that I established while I was in school. Being part of a fraternity and being part of actively involved on campus. Southwestern, what's going on campus right now is tremendous. The facility upgrades, the athletics, it is amazing to have a college that is actually doing well in athletics. Like, as a competitive person who played sports, thank you. But I just want to say thank you to all my friends and family again for coming tonight. Dr. Weaver, you're doing a heck of a job. Keep it up. I do think Leader needs a pay raise, though. All in on that. So, you're welcome, Leader. Y'all have a good one.
With 2 generations and 4 family members graduating, the Rodericks are no strangers to the Georgia Southwestern campus. Through academic achievement, excellence on the basketball court, service to the community, leadership, and support, Team Roderick has truly made a name for themselves within the Georgia Southwestern community. Randy, the Roderick patriarch, played basketball for GSW. He and his wife, Debbie Durrance, graduated in 1981. Randy with a bachelor's degree in education, and Debbie a bachelor's of science. Their son, Richard, or Rick, followed his father's footsteps and played collegiate basketball for the Hurricanes for 4 years, played for Coach Leader, and followed in his footsteps. He graduated in 2010 with a Bachelor of Business Administration and Marketing. He was also a member of the Kappa Sigma fraternity, and Rick's wife, Shelley, was also a 2010 graduate. She's from Ellaville and graduated with a degree in business management. Shelley was a member of the Kappa Delta sorority, and she hails from Ellaville, Georgia, just north of here, and her father helps keep law and order up there. He's the sheriff of Sly County, so we're grateful for him. The Roderick family founded the Herff Jones Roderick Group in Statesboro, Georgia, where they have consistently ranked as one of the top Herff Jones dealers in the country. Their reputation stands on a foundation of integrity and has been developed by establishing countless meaningful relationships with school systems throughout the Southeast. With the retirement of Randy and Debbie, Rick and Shelley now run the business, carrying forward its successful legacy. The Rodericks' family legacy has been hard work, success, and service to causes they hold dear. They volunteer with and support many local charities and give back to the numerous communities throughout Georgia, and Georgia Southwestern has benefited from their generosity and investment. The Family Legacy Award recognizes one family with a tradition of attending GSW through multiple generations with continued interest in and support of the university. Outstanding service to GSW, the Alumni Association, their communities, and their professions are also considered. Please welcome the GSW Family Legacy Award winners, the Roderick family.
Had to put these glasses on. I borrowed them from Shelley. Dr. Weaver, keep bringing the energy, man. You're doing a great job. GSW and the community is all on with you. Coach Leader, thank you for turning Rick into the professional that he now is. Rick learned time management. He learned a lot of discipline from you. He learned teamwork, and most of all, he learned loyalty from you, and I thank you for that. During my time at Georgia Southwestern, I learned a lot of things over the years. I will tell you this, my wife Debbie, who graduated, she's at Disney World with one of our grandchildren. So our granddaughter is about to be 2 on Thursday, and she needs to see Mickey Mouse. So because of that, I will tell you this. Debbie and I have been married 39 years, and we met here at Georgia Southwestern during her freshman year, my sophomore year. And when we decided to get married, she said that she wanted to have a 50-50 relationship. And to this day, we still have a 50-50 relationship 38, 39 years later. She don't like me and I don't like her. No, I'm just kidding. I truly thank Georgia Southwestern for all that they've done for us and my family, and I hope that you guys have a great evening. Thank you.
Before we finish, I do have one quick story. It's about Kilroy. As he said, he wanted to stay in school at GSW a long time. I graduated in 04, and I think he was here about a decade before I got here. He graduated in 03. And I give him a hard time because he couldn't cover me on the flag football field. He probably won't tell you that, but I know there were a few instances where I kind of left him in the dust. So, but I digress. Our final award tonight goes to an individual whose passion, persistence, and vision are difficult to put into words. Jaha Dekure has endured challenges in life many of us can only comprehend in nightmares. Because she is a survivor of female genital mutilation, or FGM, as a child, Jaha led the fight against FGM and child marriage in her home country of the Gambia in West Africa. Meanwhile, she was also earning a Bachelor of Business Administration in Management online at GSW. She graduated in 2015, the same year she founded the nonprofit organization Safe Hands for Girls, which provides support for survivors of FGM and advocates for an end to that practice. She was part of the movement that successfully banned FGM in the Gambia in 2015, a journey chronicled in the 2017 documentary film Jaha's Promise. When she spoke as the Griffin Bell Distinguished Lecturer in this very room on this very stage 3 years ago, she spoke of searching for a Wi-Fi connection in villages across the Gambia because we all know that while global activism is important, assignments in online management courses have to be turned in on time. So I think she can thank Dr. Grimes for that. By age 25, Dekure's activism earned her a place on the Time magazine's 2016 list of 100 most influential people in the world, and on New Africa magazine's 2017 list of 100 most influential Africans. She won the Humanitarian of the Year award at the Africa Diaspora Awards and was named the first Regional Goodwill Ambassador for Africa by UN Women in February 2018. She was also the recipient of the 2018 Eleanor Roosevelt Val-Kill Medal, which honors individuals who have embraced Roosevelt's call to build a better world through humanitarian efforts in education, advocacy, social justice, civil rights, and human rights. Most notably, her nomination for the 2018 Nobel Peace Prize brought the FGM movement to the forefront. To our knowledge, Georgia Southwestern State University is the only school in Georgia that has had 2 individuals nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize. To honor her impact on the world and Georgia Southwestern, a classroom will be named in Jaha's honor in the College of Business and Computing. This comes thanks in large part to the vision and generosity of past GSW Foundation Chair Doug Moses. And Gaynor, Dr. Chokas is here tonight, and certainly she and I have discussed this frequently over the last few weeks, and we're honored to have that recognition for the classroom and the College of Business. The Visionary Award is given to an alumna who is an entrepreneur or innovator with the commitment to turn a vision into reality, the courage to assume risk, and the ability to make changes and take advantage of new opportunities. Jaha Dukure has turned a vision into reality. She is the Georgia Southwestern Visionary Award winner. Jaha made absolutely every effort to attend today. She was planning to make a special trip from the Gambia to Georgia specifically for this event. She was unable to make that trip happen, but she was able to send a video to give her thanks. Let's watch.
Hi everyone, my name is Jaha Dukure, and I am so sorry that I couldn't be there with you today. I had flight issues, but I just wanted to say that I am grateful to the entire staff and faculty of Georgia Southwestern State University. It's been truly an honor to be given an opportunity to attend a school that has made their lectures accessible to students like me who couldn't be traditional and couldn't sit in classrooms. And because of that education, I am able to do all the things that I do today and be who I am. Without the support that GSW has given me throughout my university days, even after graduation, I am grateful and even more excited that the university has decided to name a classroom after me. Thank you. I am humbled, and I will forever be GSW proud.
I'd like to thank everyone for coming tonight, and I'd also like to say it's 8:42, Mike, so you're welcome. No. Thank you all so much for coming tonight. Certainly is an honor to recognize some of Georgia Southwestern's most distinguished alums and those that just mean a lot to the university, that have committed a lot in their time, in their talents, in their treasures. All of those make a difference to have a successful organization, certainly to have a successful university. And we're grateful to all of you. We're grateful to everyone that's here tonight. And we certainly hope that you'll be back on campus again soon. And one final piece of business, if you have a place card, a program with a star on the back, you get to take the flowers home at your table. All right. Hey. With that, I'd like to say a big thank you, and go Canes.